You said you trying to shoot?
I killed.
When that utterance went viral.
That's him.
Bonnet Jernigan.
You heard him. Boasting.
You said you trying to shoot?
I killed.
I kill.
It's the officer she'd looked for since 2014. The one who killed
This is Deshaun.
her grandson, Deshaun Pittman.
How did he have a bullet in the back?
Miss Jernigan hadn't much time to prepare for this, her first interview.
This is crazy.
I connected with her just after picking up the autopsy report.
You a badge. Oh my God. Look at all of these shots.
A through J.
Oh my God.
1 through 10. Shot 10
Oh my God.
times.
Who shoots a human being like this? Oh my God.
You said you trying to shoot?
I killed.
Let's begin on July 3rd, 2018.
He said, yeah, I killed.
You don't even got your name tag.
It's Hunt 11442.
No,
there
I
you
mean,
go.
what?
Hunt, his last name, badge 11442. Officer James A. Hunt engaged Kenneth Lee.
Well, I'm in the middle of the street. It's kind of like,
In his first interview, said Officer Hunt,
And you just tried to hit me with the car?
Don't try to film me, dude.
responding to a scene accelerated.
that's when the video started recording. He said, we about to go on Snapchat. I'm like, you don't have a Snapchat.
You don't even got a Snapchat, bro.
Yeah, dude, it's called a mama.
He like, yeah, I do. It's called your mom.
It's called I your mom.
Yeah, he's saying that's his Snapchat names. I your mom.
That's fairly offensive.
Yeah.
All right, stop talking to me now.
So in this day and age, after Laquan McDonald's case, as the city tries to heal and tries to rebuild that trust,
We're going to play in the park.
you have an officer like this who is doing the complete opposite.
Attorney Jeff Nesland is uniquely qualified to make such a statement. He represented the family of Laquan McDonald, shot 16 times. Murdered was the verdict by CPD officer Jason Van Dyke. He's now representing Kenneth Lee.
When officers are subjected to continued training of de-escalation, this appears to be a master class in escalation.
I already said it, retard.
You can have all the training in de-escalation. You can put body cams on everyone. You're not going to have change unless you get the right individuals for the job that want to serve the public.
I don't give a about what you doing. Y'all get shot at and do all that other
Yeah. Little G doing?
How's Little G doing? Asked Hunt. Little G, Gregory Livingston, a recently murdered neighborhood youth.
Yeah, he giggled while he said it.
How did officer that got killed doing?
Which one?
The one that got shot.
Lee bit back about the murder of Commander Paul Bauer.
You feel that was a threat? I just think you said we could die, which means I'm going to take that as a threat.
I can die. How's that a threat?
Hands. Thank you.
So you arrested me?
Yep. For assault. I ain't do nothing. Okay.
Assault to a police officer and jaywalking.
Have a seat, brother.
The charges were quickly dropped. Then,
You believe Officer Hunt further retaliated against your client by arresting him on a second occasion?
When the charges were pending for this assault, he was rearrested and charged with an alleged retail theft from a Walgreens that was also dismissed.
I already said it, retard. It's called a mama. I killed.
I can only imagine that it's the tip of the iceberg.
Craig Futterman, a clinical professor of law at the University of Chicago. In less than 6 years as CPD Officer Hunt, he has 8 accusations of misconduct, false arrest, racial, verbal abuse, and more, and at least 16 use of force reports. That's a self-reporting mechanism when a cop uses, for example, a taser. When measured against his years of service, he's in the top 95th percentile and top 99.9 percentile. That, per the watchdog group, the Invisible Institute. Hunt began his law enforcement career at the Pontiac Police Department. He resigned soon after, per Pontiac PD, to take a position with the Frankfort Police Department, where he resigned after a mere year and 2 weeks. Fully 3 years later, he joined CPD. The first complaint lodged against Hunt at CPD a bit over a year later. 40 days after that, he shot and killed Deshaun Pittman after Pittman allegedly shot and killed a man and pointed his weapon at Hunt. That last fact per Hunt himself. All that while Officer Hunt was still within his 18-month probationary period. Right now, per CPD, Officer Hunt is full duty status. In 2017, Hunt made more than $130,000.
Oh, what's up, man? You hit my shoe.
The mentality that's shown in this video highlights, to me more than anything else, the critical need for this consent decree in Chicago for oversight, external oversight.
This one said to me, he was like, "You wind up like the guy who got dead. There's snipers out here. Y'all wind up dead." Oh yeah? So I took that as an assault.
In all the video we reviewed, we heard nothing remotely like that.
Were you surprised to find out that Officer Hunt had indeed killed somebody before?
Not at all.
Chicago police shoot and kill a man suspected in a shooting in the East Chatham neighborhood.
August 24th, 2014, per news reports.
2 people were shooting at each other.
Police say Deshaun Pittman shot and killed the other man. Pittman's friends say in self-defense. Officers arrived. Former Fraternal Order of Police spokesperson Pat Camden.
You've got 4 young officers that responded.
Only one young officer fired his weapon, James Hunt, 11 times. Pittman was within 5 feet after Hunt said Pittman aimed in his direction. That's per the Independent Police Review Authority report obtained by Lee's legal team. The incident happened in August of 2014. IPRA's follow-up, its second interview with Hunt, nearly 3 years later. IPRA's conclusion, P.O. Hunt's use of deadly force was reasonable, as, initially, were all but one of the hundreds of CPD officer-involved shootings investigated by IPRA between 2007 and 2014.
We was all alone.
The autopsy notes, unfortunately both remains were removed before investigators' arrival. Why were both bodies removed before medical examiner investigators arrived?
He gotta be dead.
When both were dead and it appears no aid was rendered, why the haste? We don't know. In the end, it was officers' words versus a dead 17-year-old. And it was, and is, case closed.
Did they ever say which bullet actually killed him? The first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth. Which one? Did he feel all of them?
And you'll note in all the videos you saw, none were from Officer Hunt's point of view. He didn't have his body cam on for the vast majority of the incident over the summer, a break from protocol. Hunt, per his attorney, has no comment and can't comment. It's now this federal lawsuit. And his summer arrest of Mr. Lee, who has no known criminal record, is also being investigated by the Civilian Office of Police Accountability, COPA. That investigation could conclude, we're told, in the next 2 weeks. Rob and Erica.
Okay, very eye-opening, Brad. Thanks.